Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. I'm going to do the March 13th Spiritual Principle Day in a meditation. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hoping this take of the meditation goes well. The title of it is Securing the Bond of Solidarity. An NA group reinforces the solidarity of its members and the foundation of their continued recovery by declining outside contributions. It works. Tradition 7. One way to define solidarity is standing together with others. The 7th tradition explains that one of the ways we do this is by taking care of NA together in our own way. Declining outside contributions is bold. It means we rely on each other to step up, and take responsibility for NA. The vitality of our groups and service bodies fully depends on the resources we contribute. The bonds we share with other recovering addicts are unique. We have addiction and recovery in common, and yet sometimes we have very little else that connects us. Still, we are joined together in solidarity through the NA program. We don't recover alone, and every one of us received the message of recovery as a result of what other addicts gave to NA before we showed up. Practicing solidarity in NA is not just a feeling of commitment to our own group or local services. We stand in solidarity with those who aren't here yet. We stand for still suffering addicts everywhere. When we take action to make sure that they have a chance to experience our message in their own language and culture, just as we have. In our groups, that means doing what we can to ensure the meetings remain open to anyone with a desire to stop using. Solidarity with our local service bodies means we support the efforts to ensure that local addicts can find NA. We practice solidarity with NA beyond our community by paying attention to the services that make our message more widely available and by contributing what we can to help fulfill the needs of all our services. NA is here to ensure the message is available to anyone seeking recovery around the corner or around the world. I will practice solidarity with still suffering addicts by sharing what I can. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. So we're talking about solidarity, right? That word is giving me a fix today, right? But we're talking about solidarity and being able to stand with others together and resist the urge to accept outside contributions for what we do in Narcotics Anonymous. Because the minute you start accepting outside contributions, okay, let me give the newcomer an example. Big organization, let's think. Let's see, CBS, all right? It's a television channel network that everyone knows, right? CBS, ABC, choose one, right? Say, for instance, they have someone up the ranks that needs our services, right? And they come to the meeting. They are anonymous when they come. They come to the meeting, but they go to the higher ups at CBS and say, hey, there's this group on the south side of LA, and I want for us to make a huge contribution to this group. I want them to not need to pay rent ever again. And I want for us to make a contribution, a sizable contribution, and I need $5,000 in cash, right? Because I'm going to the group and I'm going to put it in their 7th tradition, right? And so that person shows up at a meeting and drops this big wad of cash in, the basket. Now, that probably would never happen. An organization that big would probably write a check and make it payable to our World Service Office. But can you imagine if we took money from organizations like that, what type of power they could later try to wield over Narcotics Anonymous? We would lose our autonomy because people would start demanding that we come to their network, that we answer questions about what we do. We don't have to do any of that. And one of the ways we make sure that we can remain autonomous and anonymous, which are two different things, is by making sure that we don't accept outside contributions. If you're not a member here, and you are a member when you say you are, we want for you to contribute to the 7th tradition, right? If you're not a member, you should not be doing that. But I'm just saying, if you are a member, you contribute to the 7th tradition, right? What you can give and no more. Everyone is able to, at any point in time, give what they want, but we ask that no one member carries the weight of any group financially. When that starts to happen, then the tables start to turn and people start to feel like they're responsible for everything that the group does. They pay for everything. They make sure that group stays alive, and it's out of balance. It's out of balance, and people can power trip. And so one of the ways that we practice solidarity in Narcotics Anonymous is that we stand together. And the money that we put in the basket, if our group isn't using it, you can keep a prudent reserve, but why should you allow thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to stack up in your group's account when you can keep a prudent reserve on hand and send the rest of it up the ranks, right? Send it up to area, or send it to regional, or send it to the World Service Office. Why not do that? Because that money is going to be used for helping to carry the message to the addict that still suffers, not just locally, but when it goes up to the world, it helps all over the globe. Right. And so we are responsible for what great work as a whole, together, collectively, not one individual, right? We are responsible for making sure that the message is carried worldwide. And we do, or you wouldn't be sitting here listening. We do that, right? We all do that. And we all have this almost the same literature, the basic text, Just for Today. We have so much stuff, literature that has been produced for us as a direct result of our collective 7th tradition, right? And our coming together, right, for this little moment in the morning is just one of the things that I consider as a benefit of my having received the message. And be freely, mind you. I didn't pay anything for it. I mean, I guess if you went to treatment, you might have paid a little bit, but you didn't pay for the NA message because H&I came in and brought you the meeting, right? So you didn't pay for it, was just an added benefit, right? And so that's another thing. H&I is always available and always looking for people to help with carrying the message into institutions, hospitals, and institutions. We are Very fortunate people, because we found Narcotics Anonymous, and through solidarity, through our seventh tradition, and being responsible for our message, not letting outsiders come in and try to take it over, right? We are able to say that this is a we thing. And that to me just fills my spirit today. My name is MightyStream. I've enjoyed talking to you today. I hope you were able to make some sense out of my sense and enjoy the meditation. But most importantly, I hope that you'll have a beautiful day on purpose.